If you don't have a proven process to sell, then you don't have a proven process to scale.
Today, let's talk about 5 proven steps to improve your sales. 5 proven steps to improve your sales. As a company, as an organization, as a consultant, as a realtor or marketer, you must have a clear defined process of how money is made, how cash is flowing. How do you increase your sales? How do you increase your sales process?
First of all, you have to understand that when it comes to sales process, there are 5 simple processes that you must learn. You have a sales process and a buyer's journey. You have the process coming from the company, the seller, the closer's perspective. You also have to understand the consumers. You have to know their perspective. What is the journey that they go through? The first step is lead generation. How you generate your lead will depend on what you do. Maybe it's by cold calling, prospecting, going out there and bringing people into your organization to buy. Maybe it's by running marketing a campaign. Maybe you are doing content marketing, blogs, running ads, whatever it is, prospecting/lead generation. Now, from the buyer's journey perspective, what you are doing is you are trying to get some awareness. The potential buyers who don't know that you exist yet, you want to use this first step to make them aware that you exist. It is basically saying, look at me, I'm here, pay attention to me. The second step is qualifying the lead. Now, how do you qualify the lead that you have generated? You have to qualify the prospect in terms of these 4 things. Number 1, needs. Number 2, time. Number 3, money. Number 4, decision maker. How strong is their need? How urgent do they want to solve this problem? Do they have the financial resources? Can they make decisions without talking to someone else? These 4 things are the keys to qualifying the leads. Under the buyer's journey perspective, we have what we call engagement. They are just engaging with your product or services. Before, they don't know you, but now they are taking their first initial step and requesting a little bit information about you, about your organization. They are just doing a little bit more of engagement. That is what we call buyer's engagement. Third step is demonstrating value. Demonstrating value. How do you demonstrate value? Do you do this by giving them a demo or taking them through how your business will work? For example, if you're a software engineer, you can give them a demo version of your software. You can invite them to a free training, maybe a webinar. You can also invite them to a live event. However, the purpose of what you are doing is to demonstrate value on what you can do for your prospect. Now, from the buyer's journey perspective, now we are going from awareness to engagement, now to interest. You have to know what the buyer is going through if you want to close them. Step number 4 is to negotiate and close the deal. Negotiate and close the deal. At this stage, the conversation is about terms, payment, financial length of service. It's time to negotiate back and front. It's not a time to write proposal, but time to close that sale. It is time to know buyer's expectation. At this point, establish those expectations and to establish those expectations from the buyer's journey to engagement, down to interest, now to commitment. last step is delivery and fulfillment. Number 5, delivery and fulfillment. Now that you have qualified the lead, how are you going to deliver the outcome that you have promised? The outcome that you have promised to the prospect. What are your deliverables? What are you going to do? Because this is where you get referrals and get to repeat business. Most organizations, they only focus on prospecting or lead generation, qualifying the leads, demonstrating value, negotiating and closing deals, delivery and fulfillment. The sales does not stop after you close the sale. The sales actually start after you close the prospect. I will say it again. The sales does not stop after you close. The sales starts after you close the prospect. From the buyer's journey perspective, that is what they call experience. The buyer's journey perspective, number 1 is interest. Number 2 is engagement. Number 3 is commitment. Number 4 is experience. What is the experience you are providing for the buyer? This is extremely critical. Don't scroll up on this last process. What is the experience that you are providing for the buyer? This is very, very important to the buyer. Don't scroll up on this last process. Let me give you an example from internet marketing modules. Let's assume that you are running a Facebook ads. It could be on Instagram or any social media platform, and you are telling them to click on your ads. What you are trying to do is step number 1, which is lead generation. This means that you are trying to get some awareness in the marketplace. Then the minute the intended buyer, click on the ads, it takes them directly to step number 2, which is engagement, where they land on your landing page, where they can see what you are giving away for free. Maybe you are giving a free training, free books, maybe a secret or presentation. Whatever it may be, you are qualifying the lead at this point. Then the next step is that you want to demonstrate value. So let's assume you are inviting them to a free webinar. In the webinar, you are meant to demonstrate what you can do for them. At this point, you are explaining what life will look like after doing business with you. Now you move from engagement to interest. If they stayed through the entire presentation or webinar, that is a clear sign of interest. Now you are moving from engagement to interest. If they stayed through the entire presentation or webinar, that is a clear sign of interest. From interest, you now negotiate and close. So let's assume that at the end of the webinar or presentation, your call to action is for them to book a call with any of your closer in your team or organization. From there, you or your closer can find out their need and close them on the phone and close them right away. Now, from the buyer perspective, you go from interest to commitment. Now you must get them to make commitment by making the first deposit, now that you are sure that they want to buy. So these are the 5 proven keys to improve your sales. 5 proven keys to improve your sales. I will list them again. Number 1 is prospecting by generating leads. Number 2 is qualifying those leads. Number 3 is demonstrating value. Number 4 is negotiate and close the deal. Number 5 is delivery and fulfillment. The same steps you use in wooing a lady, use the same step to make money for yourself and your organization or team. Thank you for listening.